Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. Just reading the article here about the attack and strike on Russia comes after Putin lowers the threshold for nuclear weapons, and we've all obviously heard of the strike, and it's very concerning, very concerning. The Ukrainians are obviously online making a big deal about it, which is to be expected. But obviously, this ramps up fears of nuclear war greatly, as it should. As it should. You can only push the bear around so many times. You can only push the bear around so many times. And I think people have really lost the perspective of what a nuclear weapon actually is. What it does, the damage it causes, the implications of its use. There are so many things to take into consideration. A nuclear weapon is not just a bigger explosion. It's game changing in every sense of the word. Even our smallest nuclear weapons are about the size of what destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki in the kiloton range, in the double kiloton range. Some are a little smaller, most are much larger, into the 5 to 700 kiloton range. And most people don't understand that one missile carries usually more than one weapon. It's called a MIRV, a multiple independent reentry vehicle. These are scary as hell. Nuclear weapons are weapons that once they're out of the bottle, they can't be put back. The only reason nuclear weapons were put back before is because only one country had them at that time and was willing to put that genie back in the bottle. It won't happen twice. Once that genie is let out, no matter who does it, other nations around the world will find excuses for its use. It becomes a use it or lose it situation. Annie Jacobsen has a wonderful book. I highly recommend it. It's available on Audible, or you can obviously go buy the book itself. A great book explaining what nuclear war actually entails. We only have minutes before the end of civilization. People, again, seem not to understand this. I highly recommend listening to Annie Jacobsen's book. I'm looking at the name right here. Nuclear Warfare. Let me double check that here real quick. Nuclear War, a Scenario by Annie Jacobsen. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. The Audible version is very good, very good. And her voice is pretty easy to listen to too. She might have been an erotic dancer in a previous life, if you know what I mean. It's pretty soothing. That 1-900 number was probably profitable. Another thing I'd recommend would be, it's available on Amazon Prime. It's called Trinity and Beyond, the Atomic Bomb Story. It's narrated by William Shatner, and it has hours of declassified footage of early nuclear weapons testing, from the atomic age all the way through to the thermonuclear age, including video of the big one that the crater is still visible on Google Earth if you ever want to look it up. It's easily visible. I believe it was 21 megatons. The largest one was 62, I believe, Zarbamba. 62 megatons. Now, the vast majority of nuclear weapons are obviously not of that size. That said, they don't have to be. They don't have to be. Their mere use changes everything forever. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Like I said previously, once it starts being used, everyone will find an excuse. We aren't the only ones who have it anymore. There's plenty of nations out there who want really badly to settle scores. A lot of old scores. Some nations claim they don't have it and do. Some nations claim they have it and don't. But what we do know is that we can't afford for there to be a mistake when it comes to nuclear weapons. It just can't happen. To that end, it is my hope that President Putin will be the wiser of world leaders. It's so disappointing to have to say that about the United States of America not having real leadership at this moment in time. And there's nothing that President Trump can do about it because he holds no power whatsoever. He's merely the president-elect. This means nothing. It's my hope that cooler heads prevail. The problem is that this is not the only thing that's going to be used. This was an ATACMS strike. They say they fired off 6 ATACMS missiles. Russia claims to have knocked down some. Ukraine says they knocked down none. The point is that it's confirmed that it happened. The next thing is the UK is allowing the use of Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow has approximately twice the range of ATACMS. It's a very accurate missile. Very, very deadly. This may be a bigger issue than the ATACMS. This whole thing, Boris Johnson, this is on you, my man. This is on you. This could have been over. I don't understand the desire to watch the world burn. I will never understand the desire to watch the world burn. Why must you have the world burn? It seems like it's a generational thing too. I don't know how far back this goes. I have my theories. But this animosity towards Russia is, in your view, justified, in mine, completely unjustified. We should be able to get along. We have so many more things in common than we don't. It boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind. And it seems intentional. It really does seem intentional. Look at the timing. Look at the timing. The president is about to leave office here in the next couple months. President Trump should be literally the one who is dictating the policy. Obviously, like I said previously, he's only the president-elect and has no power. It's my hope that he's on the phone with Putin, asking him to show patience. Show some patience. Understand that this is not how it's going to be when I'm in office. It's my hope that the president is doing everything he can right now to prevent this from escalating. Because the people who are in charge of the administration currently in the Oval are not. It's not Joe. It's not. We all know it's not. I'd be willing to put money on the fact that he may not actually know what's happened. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he is literally the last to know. This wouldn't surprise me one bit. But whoever made the decision has clearly scaring the hell out of the entire world and has brought us to the brink of possible nuclear war. Something I don't think people are truly prepared for. They don't even understand. We are so far separated from the use of, testing of, visualization of nuclear weapons, other than in movies. But you know what? Our heroes always survive. The hero always survives. Kind of taste my feelings a little, but I'm good. I'm all good. It's all good. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. Again, Annie Jacobsen, Nuclear War, a Scenario. Highly recommend it. I would get on it right away. Trinity and Beyond, The History of the Atomic Bomb, narrated by William Shatner, available on Amazon Prime. Worth watching. Gives a new perspective as to what we're dealing with here. It's not just a bigger boom. It's not just a bigger boom. It's game changing. It's earth shattering. It's something we really need to avoid. Have a good night. Stay sour.